Hello, it's Dr. Pat with Little Critters Veterinary Hospital. Have you ever seen a pet that can fly through the air and likes to sleep in your hoodie? You're about to. Meet the sugar gliders. This is Rosalie and Enzo, and they are in their pouch right now and trying to hide. Sugar gliders are actually an Australian marsupial. They are very social, very sweet animals, and it's important if you have sugar gliders to give them the correct nutrition. We very frequently see sugar gliders for seizures, coat and skin changes, and just generalized ill thrift and weight loss. And you can avoid most of that with the correct nutrition. I usually recommend the Wombaroo diet. They do really well on that. Also lead beaters and an assortment of insects can also be given. And even though they're called sugar gliders, you really want to minimize how much sugar and fruit is in their diet. It's often overrepresented in their diet, and then we see obesity in these guys because they do love it. While they would love to share your snacks, probably not a good idea that you share your snacks with them. We really want to balance their nutrition. That's an important number one thing if you own a sugar glider. There is a very important point that I'll make at the end about sugar gliders. Wondering if any of you who have sugar gliders have an idea as to what this point is. What do you think the number one thing you need to know about owning a sugar glider is? Comment below if you know it. So some other things about sugar gliders. These guys are nocturnal. And so this is their daytime, which means we woke them up and they're not real thrilled with us. You need to be prepared that if you get sugar gliders, they're going to be very active all night long. They do run on a wheel, they jump around their cage, they can be loud, they can chatter if they're upset with each other. And so you need to be prepared for this if you're getting sugar gliders, so you understand that if you're not nocturnal, but they are, it could become a problem if they're in your bedroom. So the other important thing about sugar gliders is that they do urine mark. And so the cage cleaning can be a little bit of a chore with these guys because they'll often jump on the bars of the cage and they will drip urine down the bars, deliberately marking it. So regular cleanup of their pouches in their cage is very important. Some people don't appreciate that. We often see sugar gliders for nail trims. Their nails are very, very sharp. Remember, they're meant for gliding. They jump from one tree to another and they catch that tree with the sharp little nails, so they're always sharp. And so they can prick your skin, and so if you're a little bit older and we have delicate skin, it might not be the best fit for you. And we do regularly trim toenails just to prevent them from getting stuck in things like their hoodies or their pouches. As you can see, we have two gliders in here, and it's actually really hard to tell one from the other. One of them is in between the layers. Sugar gliders are extremely social with each other, and so any idea what it means when sugar gliders are grooming each other? Give us a comment if you know. But really, grooming is a social bonding activity in gliders, and so you will see them frequently licking and grooming each other. In stress gliders, sometimes over licking and over grooming as well. One of the big things I have owners watch for in gliders is shaking or tremors. They're very prone to hypo or low calcium levels, and that can result in some metabolic bone disease, and we can see outright seizures if the calcium levels are low, often reflective of a poor diet. You always need to watch your gliders and how they're interacting and how they're moving, and make sure their strength is good. Rosalie, you want to come out? I'm going to try to get Rosalie out, but she says it's bedtime right now. There she is. Hi, beautiful. How's Rosalie today? Just such cute little hands, but you can see these sharp little toenails here and big nocturnal eyes. They have a very soft coat. To me, it feels almost like a chinchilla. They do have very sharp teeth, and so if they're not socialized, they can bite. And their coat should always be nicely groomed and look perfect. If you're starting to see coat changes or brown staining, then we have a problem there that needs to be checked out. They often do develop obesity. Rosalie's a little bit heavier than we'd like, but still better than most of them we see. Getting to the final point, what is the most important thing you should understand if you wish to own a sugar glider? The most important thing you should know is that sugar gliders can never be kept alone. A sugar glider that's caged and housed alone without another sugar glider is a very stressed animal, and they get immunosuppressed and they will die. It's a very common problem. Often owners think, well, I'm going to spend a lot of time with them so they'll be fine. They aren't. If you're thinking of getting a sugar glider, you must get two gliders. They spend pretty much all day in their pouch grooming and loving on each other, and it's just not something we can provide for them with that much thoroughness. I would consider the fact that they're nocturnal, they're very active and busy, they have sharp little nails and very specific dietary needs, and can urine mark. If you're prepared for all that, then they can be wonderful, loving, sweet pets that do bond with their owners. But like any exotic animal, do your research, understand their needs, And if you feel you can meet their needs, then it's time to get a sugar glider. And sugar gliders are marsupials, which means that they have a pouch, and the female produces a little baby joey, like a kangaroo does, that will live in the pouch for about 4 months roughly, and then come out as a little glider about this size that starts gliding and interacting with the adult gliders. It is really important, because we house sugar gliders together, that the males be neutered. It is a very routine and easy, safe procedure that we frequently do here. So any exotic vet should be able to easily neuter your gliders. The best breeders will often sell neutered sugar gliders, so I'd also look for that. These sugar gliders came from my little sugar glider, who breeds some beautiful color morphs and some really well adjusted socialized gliders. So another part of doing your research is researching the breeder and making sure you're getting good, healthy animals from a reputable breeder. And then the last thing, what makes gliders amazing for the right person and the right fit? They're social animals that will bond for life and would love to just stay in your hoodie and ride around with you all day. Not the best idea, but they would certainly love it. If you want more information on sugar gliders or exotic pets in general, please see our website at littlecrittersvet.com. And please take a moment to share, like, or subscribe. It really makes a difference. If you like this content, we can hopefully continue to create more.